We made it to Sunday, beautiful friends. How you doing? There is still a ton of stuff going on as usual right now, and I've seen a lot of videos in the last couple of days from Canadians talking about the fact that it doesn't seem like we care, about the fact that they are still at risk of being annexed by the Joker. And I just want you to know that it is not that we don't care. I don't want to annex you one single bit. If you want to adopt me, I mean, the Pacific Northwest is like where I would love to be one day. So if you want to adopt me, I'm totally cool with it. But most of us do not want to take your stuff or anything else. But we've been hijacked. We have been compromised. Our legacy media is completely underwater, and they have been bought out and owned by like 5 or 6 people that are all on Team Joker. It is ridiculous looking at what our news looks like. If you turn on the regular news, you will hear like little tiny snippets of something that the Joker has done that day in between a bunch of celebrity news and them discussing the weather for the 50th time that day. They don't do in-depth analysis because the Joker administration is suing them like crazy every single time anything comes out that he doesn't like, and they're afraid of losing all of their money. Ever since this app went night-night, a lot of people deleted it from their phones, and it's no longer available on the App Store, so they can't even get back on. So they are forced only to listen to what they can see on TV or what they hear on Meta, and don't even get me started about that. It is literally straight trash. Like, if you are on the right side of Meta, then you are main-stemmed. And I mean main-stemmed. Tons of dis and misinformation about how everything that's happening with the Joker is just for the better good, and that this is great, and that anything that you see that's going bad is actually Joe Biden and Kamala's fault. And if you're on our side, then you just get straight garbage. It's just like a bunch of dog videos and home decor and like everything else but what's happening in the world. It is the epitome of bread and circus. And this app here is stifling our voices like crazy. I did an experiment yesterday where I had one video where I was talking about like the things that we normally talk about, policies, current events, all of those things. Then I did another one about makeup right afterwards. And the one about makeup and the one about politics did exactly the same, even though my political content had 5 times the engagement. Like, did so much better in terms of engagement. So we are being intentionally silenced and stifled. So if you want this information to get out, please push all the buttons and do so on anybody else who's speaking about real stuff, because my FYP is starting to look a lot more like my Instagram one. And because of this filtered information, the people that are on the right who actually do have the power to have some influence over their lawmakers are just completely in the dark about it. They're in a cult. We've seen a bunch of videos come out from farmers this week saying that like, oh, now that the Inflation Reduction Act has been paused, like I'm not going to get my subsidies and I'm not going to be able to keep my farm. So we've taken away their workers, taken away their money, and taken away their ability to do what they need to do, and they still can't see that it's him. They still don't understand that it's the Joker that's doing this. They're like, oh, I didn't think that he was really going to do that to me. We're his people. No, baby. You are not his people. Dark Batman, Lex Luthor, and any other billionaire, those are his people. The people that can help him with money every single time he gets into bankruptcy and they can bail him out, those are his people. He is your person, but you are not his person. But they don't see that. They're completely oblivious. They truly believe that he was anointed by God to be here. They think that he is going to bring about this new, prosperous land that's just full of only these people, and everybody else will be second-class citizens. But then they also think that he's going to bring about the end times and so that we can meet Jesus. Yeah, how do you debate that? These people who've spent the last 5 years talking about how pro-cop they are totally fine with the fact that he released 1,600 people who assaulted them 4 years ago. It doesn't matter. Like, that cognitive dissonance, they don't feel it, they don't see it, they just go, oh, I just have to have faith, I don't have to understand, this is all God's plan. And so we are stuck with that. And our lawmakers just want to be popular and cool, and they're just stuck in this, like, sense of, I don't know what sense it is. I don't understand it at all. That there's just all this political theater and grandstanding and pretending like they're doing something, and nothing that they do has any teeth to it. And so it's not that we don't care. We are overwhelmed. That shock and awe thing, we are very shocked. A lot of people are stunned into complete paralysis because we don't even know what to do first, where to go first, and all the people that we have to look for have nothing other than press conferences and thoughts and prayers. But we don't want anything bad to happen to you. And I am so sorry that you guys are stuck being afraid because of the decisions that the people in our country have made. I sincerely apologize. I will continue to use my voice so that people here know, to the best of my ability, what's happening in the world. I promise you that. The Super Bowl is today, and a lot of people are saying that the vibes are way off that are there on the ground, and I'd believe it. I wouldn't go. Not a chance. Like, I'm not a psychic, but I do see those patterns. The fact that the biggest tragedies that we've had in our very short year so far happened with the plane that came from Kansas to DC, from a military aircraft, from a plane that crashed in Philadelphia, and then those two Schmerist attacks that happened on New Year's Eve, one in New Orleans on Bourbon Street and the other one in front of Trump Tower. And he's going to be the first head of Gotham City that's going to be at the big game like ever. Could be nothing. I don't know. But it's enough for me. I mean, I wouldn't go anyways. You know that I'm way too agoraphobic to ever participate in something like that. But if you are, please keep your head on a swivel today. Be really, really careful. And as always, no matter where you are, keep your eyes up. Keep your feet on the ground. And I'll see you next time. Ta-da!